Hey everybody, it's me, Blizzard Guy, and I'm doing a little thing here, a tutorial. Today we're going on Warface. So, I'm gonna assume that at the time of watching this video, you've either played the game and gone through the tutorials. So I'm not going over what classes do because they already explained that in tutorials. But there's one thing that we have not seen. They go over 4 different classes. There's a 5th one that I'm pretty sure they never went over. And that's the SED, whom I'm going to show in a second. Alright, this is just going to tell you guys some basic tips and guides that anyone can really do to help you get started. I'm going to explain the PvE modes because there is PvP, but it's the basic modes, you know, team deathmatch, you know, we all know them. Alright, you know, all these. There's ranked versus if you want to give a shit about that. Okay. So you already know about these. You already know about these. So the game will go over the riflemen. Now, by the way, I have different skins and weapons, so you're not gonna look the same as me unless you buy the same exact things for me. Alright. Now, SED. The tutorial doesn't really go over this guy, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to do what they failed to do. Alright, so this robot guy. Alright, I think it's best to say now, right now. I'm going to say it now. When you first get in, you probably have to full armor and stuff. And basically, right now, you have no way of, you cannot heal by yourself. Unless you have Warlord armor, which I'm going to explain here. In a sec. Explain soon. So, SED, pros and cons of them. It's worth noting. It's worth noting that first off, this guy has a lot more stamina, so he can run faster and slide faster. He has better stamina, lots of stamina compared to other classes. And also, he can also regenerate. He can also regenerate his own health. I don't think he can do his own armor. I mean, I'm trying to remember. He either regenerates his own armor, but not his health, or his health, but not his armor. Whatever another case may be. It looks like they have a suppressor on him. That's crazy. But anyways, though. So, the pros is stamina can regenerate either his health or armor without any help. And this chainsaw thing, this CAC chainsaw, it's one of those things where it's unlimited bullets, and it's like a minigun, a handheld minigun. Here, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go to the safe house. The safe house is where we can practice. I don't care about the item shop. I want to go to the safe house. Just give me a second. Oh, sorry about that. All right. So this is a CD. Now, if we look underneath my health and armor, we're gonna see a little temperature thing. Now normally with characters, if you sprint with them, you'll see that they can run for like a couple seconds until their stamina completely runs out. Now, watch how fast. Let's see this now compared to this guy. And look at that. He has so much more stamina. He has a lot more stamina compared to other characters. Now notice it's a little lower. Now, it's worth noting there is no alternate fire, and also you cannot aim down sights with this thing. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to free fire only. I'm gonna fire this weapon. We'll shoot at this guy, cause fuck this guy. Alright, now you see. Now, sure you can't. Now, don't give up on. Don't just quit this guy just because you can't aim down sights. Because as you saw, the more you fire, you saw the crosshair slowly start getting smaller. Like it's starting to lock. It's starting to hit people. Now, this temp. Now, you do not. Now, a tip for SCD. Don't ever overheat your gun. Don't ever let it overheat. Because I'm gonna let it overheat. Alright. You can fire plenty of bullets. But I'm gonna warn you now. If this thing overheats, you cannot fire at all. And you have to wait till that meter goes all the way back down like it just did, you know, it cooled off before you're able to fire again. The reason why you want to be careful with this is because if you get jumped or something, you know, get attacked, you can't do shit. Anything. You can't do anything about it. Now, another perk of this guy, shield guys. They can't knock you down. You can't be knocked on the ground. You can't be smacked. You can't get bitch slapped on the ground by riot shield guys. Riot shield guys cannot put you down on the ground. But they can still damage you, but you can't be knocked on the ground and unable to move. Now you are able to fire plenty of bullets. Now this guy is definitely not built for long range, due to the fact you cannot aim and he does not have any sights. And now the only way you're gonna ever hit someone from range is you can get that crosshair, but good luck trying to. But it's not gonna really do good against like people far away on rooftops. A lot. So this guy now. I will say this guy could be very, very, very good in one of the Spec Ops missions. One with cyborgs. Yes, cyborgs. If you do not know what cyborgs are, think of them as like robotic zombies. With scary noises and everything. Very scary ass noises. Now you can get a secondary, but you have to reach a certain rank. I think you have to like get to like level 25. Player level has to be level 25 or something to like get them. It's worth noting a lot of these things are gonna probably be like pay things. Now you can get this gun, which is a little different, but you have to get crowns. Now, if you don't know what crowns do, well, how do you get them? Play PvE missions and you get like different challenges and stuff that give you crowns. Honestly, stick with your chainsaw. This can be your secondary. It's a grenade launcher. But, as you can see, you have the level 26. He doesn't really have a lot going for him. At first glance, he doesn't. Now, this guy is best played in like certain kind of missions. They're a little situational. He can't regenerate both his health and armor. It's either one of them. As far as I'm aware. He's literally just, you know, Now, don't get me wrong, he's pretty good for rushing ahead and like murdering a bunch of guys. Now, when I said bone rushing, I don't, for clarification, I don't mean like running face first into like a fuck ton of enemies and getting fucking killed out there in like seconds. Don't be like don't try to pull a Rambo. Don't try to be like Rambo. But he's definitely very good for front lines. Please don't try to be Rambo. Don't be like trying to be like Rambo and like, you know, shooting a minigun while screaming at the top of your lungs like a wild animal. Because it's not going to end up good for you, and it's going to be bad for your teammates as well. Now, of course, there's these different things here. You got like different helmets, hearts. Yeah, and these things can do different things. These are very cheap. Now, of course, obviously, you can get now. K is for credits. Basically, money that you can pretty much only really get from like using real money. You get VIP things. These you don't have to really worry about. I don't think the game. These used to be like. These used to be the things if you want to get into Spec Ops missions, but I think they got rid of that feature, so you don't have to buy these anymore. Resurrection coins. Basically, if you ever die and you're like, if you kind of die and you can, if you die, you can use one of these babies. Now, of course, I will warn you in hard mode. At least in Spec Ops hard mode, I've seen it, but I think in hard mode in general, in PvE missions, you can only use these a certain amount of these during checkpoints. But in easy and normal and whatever, you can use all of these, all the things you want. Try to save up on these, and don't use them unless there's a medic there. So if there's a medic on your team, make sure he's alive. And by the way, medics cannot but if you're playing a CD, you're gonna have to rely on engineers to revive you. Medics can't revive you. Engineers can. They can easily revive you. So beware of that. Now this is gonna look a little overwhelming. Now you show you some of these things. You can use coins to buy different boxes. Now there's some things like you can get guns for rent. Like you can use different things to rent guns, like get them for like a day or two. Honestly, one of my personal tips: don't go around and buy. Please don't go around and buy. Don't buy permanent. Okay, get permanent. Don't buy temporary, because it's not really worth it. It's best that you get a permanent gun. Now, I don't know if the Rhyme pack for like PS Plus people is still out there. If it's still out there, get it. It will give you purple weapons for free right on the dot. Now, as you can see, this one says time is up. They're not worth it. Wow, I just realized there's another gun here. Wow, I guess I have 2 legendary ARs without even knowing. Okay then, I didn't even notice I even had this. Now, I got this golden thing from like $5 using credits. I also got some customizations here. Now, boosters. Alright, there's some things you can get. I'm gonna explain now. I'm gonna go ahead and explain what VP is. So, VP stands for vendor points, and you typically get them by playing matches and stuff. You get some. Now, typically you won't get a lot, but you can get boosters if you want to try to get them faster. But boosters typically use credits, so there's that. And you can see down here 0%. And these are arsenal unlocks. So, alright. I'm gonna go into practice. But I'm not staying in practice. I'm only doing this because I'm going to show you what this thing is. So, vendor points, now you don't have to buy anything with them. But these can help you unlock 3 different things from 3 different categories. Armor, weapons, attachments. Do not go for armor because they might give you crappy ass armor. But instead, save up your money to get Warlord armor. That's pretty much going to be best. I highly suggest that if you don't want to spend any money on this game to get cool shit like me, you don't want to spend money to get cool shit like me, stick to weapons. Do whatever you can to get weapons. You're going to get comments and crappy shit at first, but eventually the tiers will start to go up. I literally have not put any I literally did not get a single attachment or thing from those because I'm working on getting guns. I'm not sure why it's taking longer than usual to get into a match. I would fucking love to get into a match. Thank you. Alright, so as you see here, you get vendor points and they're added to you immediately. They are immediately added to you. Now you can put it on attachments, you can put it on armor. But me, I'm going for weapons. Now it will start to require more and more VP as you get more things. So you might have to grind a little bit more, but you definitely, so if you don't want to get weapons, if you don't want to buy weapons using real life money, then if you don't want to get weapons and stuff with real money, vendor's your best option. Now crowns. You get them by doing different challenges and PvE modes. Highly suggest you try looking for things that can give you permanent things. So some that are temporary and some that are permanent. It's honestly better to just get them for permanent. Because usually it's like a one-time deal. Like you buy the thing and then poof, you're done. Boom, you're done. You're ready. Now you can now I'm pretty sure you can buy weapons here. Now of course a lot of these are going to be like one day. Now of course some of these things are permanent. You want to look at the permanent ones. Look at the permanent ones. Some weapons you can get there won't be as great and cool, but they cost and gain money, and it's literally permanent. You can just keep them. You have them forever. They are forever with you. Now of course higher rarity things are gonna be like, now of course a lot of these things take a lot of crowns. This is the AR I bought. This one's really good. I can have a bayonet on it or suppressor. 3 different now. This one was like around $5. Golden AK-47 helps a lot. 3 different scopes. They can easily change. Now keep in mind, in this game you can actually change your scopes in game. While you're in the game, you don't have to. You don't have to go. You know, right on the fly. This is important. This is really good because with this thing, not only can you get like an oppressor or a bayonet. One of my favorite things about this, you get 3 different scopes with different variable sizes. So you can literally change your scope to change how you want to attack people. Now some of these are bullshit, yes, like this one. Don't waste your crowns on one-day things. Look for permanents. Don't try buying. Don't use crowns for those. Save your crowns. Pistols. Believe it or not, pistols are kind of good. And by good, I mean they're really good for situations like if you run out of ammo or something for your gun, or if you get knocked down by riot shield guys. We will go over that. You'll be stuck to you'll be confined to only your pistol. Now typically you don't want to give a shit much about your pistol. You don't want to fucking care that much about your pistols. Now melee weapons. This, I'm pretty sure, is either up there or I got it from vendor. I think I got it from a vendor. But I think there's still a pack out there for like less than, it's either $5 or less. You can get a golden, I think, with credits. Yeah, something that gives you, okay. I believe there's still a pack out there that has a golden axe. Literally a golden axe, which is legendary. 600 credits, which you can use to buy the golden AK-47 I have here with me, amongst other things. But that's mainly it. I don't know if it's still out there, but go ahead and check out the PlayStation Store after this video. And if it's still there, keep a note. That's gonna help you get AK-47 or whatever guns you want. Now, usually these things might not one-shot people. I mean, they can fuck people up real good, especially, you know, stuff like that. Grenades are self-explanatory. Now, you can buy different things here if you want. Now, there's smoke grenades. Honestly, smoke grenades are not really that cool. Alright, M84. What's this one? An increased blast radius. Alright, yeah. Okay, this one might be gooder. It might be better than regular grenades. Basically, you spend money, you get 10 of these things forever. You can have them forever. If you also desire, you can have these things forever. Don't get smoke grenades, they don't help you much. These grenades might be good to buy, but be careful. Flashbangs. These flashbangs. Now this one, if you pay $1,300 in game currency, you can have unlimited these things for only a week, and then you have to buy it again. These things. Now, these things, pay $1,000, you get this entire thing for one single day. So, make sure you pay attention to how long you're gonna get things. Don't just grab it because you feel like you want to grab it and have it. Now, you may look at a bunch of these. Now, a lot of these would look pretty damn good, especially legendary ones. Now, sure, some of these things could be good and be helpful. And it makes you like, ooh, shiny, me want. No. No, 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 my friends. Oh, no, no, no. You do not want those things. There is only but one set of Warlord armor that you want to get. And you want the full set. Warlord armor. It's important now. If you want something that's going to help you the most, it's this. Even though it's blue tier and not like legendary, this can still help you. Because if you have a full set, you're already looking at good protection and regenerates your health by itself. Without, now, healers can still heal you and stuff. But this is very good if you're like the last man standing. If you're the last guy. Now, the helmet regenerates 8 health. Basically, regenerates your health slowly when you're kind of like with Call of Duty games, you know. You stay back, you heal. And also, increases your head protection by 60%. So, it's going to protect your head. Now, the vest. Let's look at the vest. 150 armor points. And you regenerate your armor. This regenerates your armor. And let's compare it to the normal vest. 110, 100. This thing is better. And if you see here, it even increases your weapon reload speed. It says right here, this vest is best used in combination with our Warlord gear. You want the entire set of this. Now, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm sure that this Warlord armor goes for all your characters. goes for all of your characters, so once you buy a helmet, all of them are going to have it except SED. I normally call them SEDs, but I'm just going to go SEDs because that's probably how they're supposed to be said. Now this increases your reload speed. Your gloves increases your reload speed. How funny. Our vest here does it. So basically it looks like you're going to have 30% reload speed. So you're going to reload 30% faster while this is equipped. Well, hot damn. Increases selection and deselection speed by 25%. Decreases recoil. And last but not least, the great ass boots. Increases speed while sprinting. Increases stamina while sprinting. And protection for taking the legs by 20%. I'm telling you guys. This is permanent. You can permanently have this forever. If you just gotta get the end game money for it. Get the end game money for it. This shit is good. Now sure it's blue tier and it's not like legendary or epic. But this is your best bet. And you don't even have to spend any real life money to get these. Sure, you might have to grind a little bit to get the money for it. But it'd be worth it. Alright, so let's talk about the 100% here. As you use your guns... Now, this might scare you a little, but I promise you it's not that scary. I have a setting on that auto repairs my guns. Basically, as you use your guns more and more, you constantly use your going around, constantly using your guns, they start to lose percentage. And they basically start losing, it's kind of like they're losing their durability. It's kind of like, maybe like Save the World. Fortnite Save the World. You keep using your guns and stuff, but they slowly start losing durability. And if this reaches 0%, you can't use that gun anymore. But it's not, but it's okay because here, look at this thing. This thing is 90%. I can repair this, and it costs money. It costs money to do it. Now, before you start freaking out, before you jump out of your chair and fall over and scream, cry, freak out, have a panic attack, or roll on the ground crying like a little baby. Crying on, holding your knees, crying, rolling around crying like a baby, like, or acting like a crazy person, basically freaking overreacting. This barely takes away any money. Now, sure, you'd be like, "Oh my God, guy!" I'm like, "Oh my God, wizard! How am I gonna get Warlord armor if this thing's gonna be constantly taking money from me?" Well, it's simple. This does not really take much of your money. Especially when you go around doing different modes and stuff. The money will start to roll in eventually. You know, it'll start rolling in, and it won't even bother you. Now I know there's a certain setting that actually lets you. I don't think it's here. It doesn't look like it's here either. Trying to find this. No. Yeah, this one. Auto repair items. You don't even, if you put, now just turn this on, you turn this option on, you don't even have to worry about repairing your items. It just happens automatically. And it's seeming as it barely even takes it, but it's especially important to do this, that way you don't have to worry about forgetting, like, "Oh my God, I forgot to do it," and then boom, it just costs a lot of money. This thing helps you because it's always at 100%, and you don't have to worry about like forgetting you don't have to constantly press the button to repair it. It's just done. You can get right back to kill it. Now you can actually choose your crosshair in this game. I go with the golden one. I suggest you go for this golden one. That golden one right there. It really helps you. It's pretty good. Alright. I think that's about that. This almost covers everything. Multiplayer is simple. Search the area, find the best cover, and kill everyone. This is kind of like kill confirmed a little bit. Well, to be honest, this in a nutshell, Back in Tank is basically like a free-for-all kill confirmed, except it's free-for-all. There's also, but I highly now Storm is like 3 different things trying to capture. What I recommend you do, and one of my favorite modes to do is TDM, Team Deathmatch. Now of course you got a little bonus here, but that's because they give you a bonus reward. They always give you a bonus reward for playing something for the first time. Now sure, you can play the other modes if you want, but I highly suggest you stick with Team Deathmatch. It's kind of good because you can have teammates with you. That's a lot of fun. So this is self-explanatory. Ranked versus, you gotta be ranked 25. That's probably just gonna be ranked, but fuck that. I prefer casual. Alright, so here we are in co-op missions. These are basically kind of like short missions. They're not really long. Now obviously, now you're not gonna have normal and hard mode here right away. You're not gonna have it right away. I think you have to level up, but at first you'll just have practice. Practice is stupidly easy. It's a joke. And this one, it basically kind of throws you in with other people. So, and basically the commanding woman that's talking to you during the tutorials and stuff is gonna tell you. It's basically tell you about the different enemy types you may encounter. She's not gonna tell you all of them because some of them are locked behind certain things, so you're not gonna know how to fight cyborgs. I think there's juggernauts in here. Now there are juggernauts in this game. Game calls them heavy gunners. I don't know why, but they're juggernauts. And basically they have a fucking minigun, of course. But juggernauts are not actually as bad as you think they are. They typically have like a little energy pack on their back that's glowing. You shoot the fuck out of it. And it can really do. And your guns can do pretty good damage. So he doesn't actually have that much health. He's not. Don't worry, guys. He's not like a Warzone juggernaut or like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 juggernauts. Don't worry. But the good news is, eventually, now the thing with heavy gunners, aka juggernauts, I'm gonna call them juggernauts because that's what the fuck they are. It's very easy. It's stupidly easy to take him out. All you gotta do is wait. Eventually he's gonna run out of ammo eventually, and he's just gonna sit there. He's just gonna stand there and slowly reload his gun. And that's typically the time where you just get into his back and you shove as many bullets up that thing's ass as much as you can before he's done reloading. Now you can obviously try to like shoot it while he's moving, but that will probably most likely piss him off and he'll start shooting at you. But it's probably best to wait, especially if you're going solo. It's best to just wait, simply wait till he's done doing his. Till he runs out of ammo. He cannot do shit. He won't melee you. He won't do anything. He only has one single thing that he's going to use to kill you. And that's simply the minigun. Now don't worry. Typically there won't really be much enemies around him. But if there are, they're probably going to be like on like rooftops or something. Very easy to kill. But typically it's just going to be him, so you don't have to worry about getting jumped. Alright, last thing I want to go over is Spec Ops. Now you got some things over here. These are kind of like not DLCs, but they're like special things. That one's a special thing. That one's a special thing. Now, HQ. This is typically like the. I'm pretty sure in the Warface universe, this is like the last one. This is like the last one. Now, I'm going to tell you a bit of lore. Blackwood, which is the enemy that you'll be probably fighting, the guy in charge is named Oberon White. So, throughout Spec Ops, the commander may talk about someone named Oberon White. If you don't know who he is, he's basically main big bad evil villain guy. Do not attempt this thing. If you're going to attempt HQ, this thing only goes on hard mode, and as you can see in the description, it's the longest and hardest one yet. And the probability of you dying and losing is so goddamn high. It's about as high as someone who smokes weed. It's almost about as high as Snoop Dogg when he gets done smoking weed. Now, of course, alright, Mars. Mars is a bit of an interesting thing. Now, don't worry. From here on out, these things, Mars, Black Shark, Anubis, and Cyber Horde, you can change the difficulty to your likeness. I think these can potentially go around and change randomly. But Anubis might be the easiest one out of all of these, because you're really just going around and facing normal enemies. Mars is like a little different, because as far as I'm aware, Mars has a little bit of a first thing where you're kind of playing a bit as SCDs with two different kind of weapons or something, or I think it's one that transforms. I don't know, that's like at the beginning, and then when you actually get in, there are some things there, like eventually there are some points where you're kind of stuck in this tiny ass room with explosive spiders. It's a weird one. Black Shark. It does have its share of enemies, but I think there's also cyborgs. And last but not least, Cyber Horde. Alright. About Cyber Horde. Cyborgs, robots. Think of them as robotic zombies. Now, there's two different types. Well, I think there's like 4 different types that are going to appear here. 5 if you want to include the final boss. So yes, there is indeed a final boss here, and he's kind of difficult. But if all your teammates somehow die or something, you could be in for a bad time. Definitely highly recommend Warlord Armor if you're going to try to do this. SCD might be the very best. SCD could be very good here, due to the fact that he doesn't have to reload any bullets. He doesn't have to reload. He doesn't need to get his ammo replenished. He can just blast the fuck away. Now, it's worth noting that in Cyber Horde, you will have to kind of defend the truck. The truck's very slow, but the game does have checkpoints, and it's not that difficult. Just keep blasting any things you see. Alright, so let's get to the enemy types. Now, at first you're gonna you might find normal ones. They make scary noises and they may look a little scary. These guys are typically the kind of common zombies, as we'll call them common zombies, because they're really common, and the only thing that's really bad's gonna happen is a bunch of them are coming out. But it's important to stay near the truck. Who knows? I might actually, maybe I might do a video. I'll probably do a video later on. Maybe I'll do a video on Cyber Horde. Try to do it. I have beaten this before. It's not really that bad. Don't panic. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Now, same. Alright, the second type is kind of like big beefy guys. They can kind of knock. There is a chance they might be able to knock you down. But other than that, they just look scarier. There are some now later on in the mission, there might be some guys holding big massive gas tanks who are gonna try to blow themselves up. You know, we all know those kinds of kamikaze enemies. So, but they're very easy to kill. Just make sure you don't get close. And I think towards the end there might be like cyborgs and they're like big robots things. Very easy to kill. Don't worry about these guys. They're typically very easy to kill. I'll probably go do a walkthrough on this later on. Walkthrough like this later on or something. Alright, but this one might be easier than Anubis because Anubis is a bunch of like turrets and stuff and enemies. This one's really, you don't have to worry about really, there's literally no human enemies here. The only enemies you gotta worry about are cyborgs and the massive ass boss that comes at the end of this. The final boss of this thing. Definitely don't ever do HQ. Well, you can do it if you really want to, but I highly suggest you start getting some seriously good shit. Even I can't even fucking beat this yet. And by the way, friendly fire is on for this, so you can actually get some people, so you can die to your own teammates. You gotta be careful with that. And you get a certain amount of revive coins. They can only use so many. You can only use so many here. So be careful of that. Alright, looks like credits you can only really get them from credits or like from daily packages. I have 113, which is crazy. Now, if you don't have resurrection coins, don't freak out. It's not the end of the world, really. I don't think it would be. Also, before I end this video, I think it's worth saying that co-op and Spec Ops, I think there's a chance that they might change. Co-op, I know they definitely changed their things. Co-op, they definitely changed their things. And unfortunately, as of now, there's no like list they can do. But I kind of wish they would add an update where you can have all of the things available and you can choose certain ones. But at this rate, they don't. Spec Ops, I think they changed well. Oh, and one more thing. There is a chance for some of these, you'll have to fight a helicopter or a mech. But look at this, evil robot. I'm pretty sure, and as you can see in this one, if you look right there, there's a mech. Mechs are a pain in the ass to deal with. I do not remember how to fight them, but I know that it can be pain and it can be horrifying. So try to maybe avoid those guys. Helicopters, don't be afraid of the helicopter ones. Helicopters are easy. Basically, the game keeps giving you RPGs and RPG ammo that actually follow along with your cursor. So just make sure you stay down, keep ADSing while shooting the rockets, and keep it aimed at it. It's very easy to blow it up. It'll be very easy to blow it up. And of course, you know, eventually you can unlock these things. And stuff like that. Alright, and that's pretty much really it for the video. I really don't got anything else to really say for you guys, but I've given given ye thy knowledge to help with you succeed. Sorry, I meant to help you all succeed. And also, before I end this video, I want to quickly say something. Even after this, if you guys still have any questions at all about the game or something, tell me down in the comments below, and I will get back to you answering your question. I will answer your questions. if you still got any questions about the game or something at any time, just tell me. Don't be afraid to tell me, and I will happily answer your questions. I think, alright, soldier, I think that we've explained everything, so now I've given you some basic info, and so that should be it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this guide helps you understand. I hope this guide helps you understand things and stuff. I hope this guide, helps you understand things and get basically a little overview of different things. I hope I successfully helped you guys learn something when you're since you're first getting in here. And with all that detail, with all the details enclosed and stuff, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. And now, without further ado, good luck out there. Have a nice day. Good luck out there. And happy killing. Happy killing, bros. Happy killing, everyone.